Hey guys, how you doing? Gavin here from Starfresh Personal Training, and today's little video is around about obviously weight loss, like I normally talk about. And many people that come in and see me in the gym, and they say I want to lose weight, and I sit there and go, yeah, I've heard it all before, and that may be a genuine reason you want to lose weight, but the actual reason that you want to lose weight is because you're really unhappy with things at the moment. You don't like the way you feel, you don't like the way you look in the mirror. And inevitably it gets you down and it makes you feel sad and upset, a little bit worthless maybe. And the reason I know that is I was one of those people. I was overweight for a long, long time, well into my early 30s. And I know how painful that was. People used to make fun of me, people used to tease me with my weight. I was too scared to take my t-shirt off at the beach, in the swimming pools. And it got to me. So yes, I wanted to lose weight, but I didn't really want to lose weight. I wanted the feelings that are associated with weight loss, and that was more confidence. It was the ability to take my t-shirt off. It was for people not to have funny looks at me when I'm eating some food, and the self-consciousness that comes with it. And that is my reason for wanting to lose weight. And now, 7 or 8 years later, that is still my reason for not wanting to put weight back on, and that is why I do the things I do, so I never have to go back to being like that again. And when you say you want to lose weight, you don't actually want to lose weight. You want the feelings that are associated with weight loss. And with that in mind, okay, things become a little bit easier for you because now you've got a reason for doing it. You've got a thing in your mind that it's an emotional kind of reason for you to lose weight in the first place, and then it becomes a little bit easier. But what so many people do is that when they want to lose weight, okay, they get to a point where they're so frustrated, they're so angry with themselves, they're so angry with everything else that they try and do things completely extreme, and they try and cut carbs out. They look for external, ways to do it. They cut carbs. They embark on a really super hard training regime. They cut super low calories, and then they get hungry. Then they get tired. Then they get lethargic. Then they get this whole thing becomes too painful, and that cycle, as you keep on going and going and going, okay, it gets really ingrained. And when you start to get older, and when like I was in my early 30s, I had done that for over 15 years at that point, even longer. So when I genuinely believed that dieting had to be difficult. I genuinely believed that dieting had to be painful and restrictive and all those other things. And it doesn't have to be like that. I mean, I eat what I like now, pretty much wherever I want. And I keep my weight off, and I find it really easy these days. And you need to understand that it doesn't have to be, you don't have to associate lots of pain with your diet and the way you do it. It can be done in a much better way. And at the end of the day, this journey takes time, okay? It takes effort, yes, but it takes time. And you need to put your rational thought into it and go for a long-term kind of approach. And when I say long-term approach, you're going to have to do these things, and you have to create new habits in your life, and you have to create new ways of doing things, because your old life is causing you to have all these negative feelings, which then cause you then to get sick and tired of being the way you are, and then you do this horrible cycle of your dieting. And you need to take a bigger look. I take a little bit of a step back, have a different approach to it. And if you're somebody that doesn't exercise at all right now, and if you're somebody that doesn't really pay much attention to your nutrition, it doesn't take an awful lot to get your things moving again. And in fact, if you don't exercise at all right now, and you started walking 4 times a week for 15-20 minutes, that's going to kickstart your metabolism like nothing else, and you're going to start losing weight. Then if you take, say you drink, full fat Coke and stuff through the day, if you start cutting out 4 or 5 of those a week, you're going to put yourself in a really good calorie deficit. And that means then you're going to start losing weight. And when you start losing weight, doing it that way isn't actually that painful. It's really achievable, it's really doable, and you can actually do quite well with it. And in my experience, including myself, I used to just go, the only way I can do this is to cut loads of calories, do stupid exercise, and I'll be back to square one in no time at all. Need to take back a little bit, okay? Take a step back, look at the bigger picture, and think about it. And if you're feeling tired all the time, lethargic all the time, then there's lots of reasons for that. It could be, and it probably is, that you're not getting enough sleep at night. So therefore you need to go to bed a little bit earlier. And what you're going to find is when you start going to sleep a bit earlier, you have more energy to do other things. So then you can do a bit more energy to go and work out a little bit early in the morning or in the afternoon, or make your food, or make a better choice. Because when you're tired all the time, your hunger hormones just go nuts, and there's a disproportionate amount of hunger hormone, if you like, comes into your body, and you want to crave high calorie foods. But if you take a little step back and understand that, and then get more sleep and you feel more rested, then you're less likely to want to overeat. That's just one example. It could be that you're drinking coffees and teas all day long and you're not really hydrated enough. If you start hydrating yourself, you're going to find that you become fuller because you're no longer you're dehydrated anymore. And all those little things have a massive impact, okay? And they're the little things that you can do every single day that isn't painful, that isn't tough, and you can actually, get to grips with those things. And those little small wins will lead you on to the next thing, and the next thing, and the next thing. And yes, absolutely, you need to be active 4 or 5 times a week. But like anything, how long did it take you to get good at your new job right now? How long did it take you to drive a car? You didn't just jump in the car and start driving straight away. It took time, it took practice to get your clutch control, check the mirrors, indicate, reverse park. In your current job right now, it took you time to learn the processes and the systems. You didn't just go in and operate at a high level all the time. Same with the gym program. You go into the gym and you start, working on a bench press, let's say. You don't just go and lift 100 kilos off the bat. You start with a bar, then you add some weight to the bar, then you add a little bit more weight to the bar, then you find another way to overload, and you do it that way, and you work and work and work, and before you know it, you're lifting your body weight on the bench press bar. Same with dieting. It's not all in, go hard and go home stuff. People talk about it all the time, but it isn't that painful. It doesn't have to be like that. You can actually do it in a lot simpler way, and just by having a bit of a strategy behind you. And with any of these approaches, okay, this needs to fit into your lifestyle. You need to have a, get out, when you do these silly diets and silly weight training regimes, you're trying to essentially fit a round peg in a square hole. And when you do that, it becomes painful, uncomfortable, and everything else. Your life is what it is, and you need to kind of find a way to fit in these things into your current lifestyle in a comfortable way. And everything you eat needs to be familiar to what you eat right now. So if you're somebody that likes to eat lots of carbs, let's say, you don't want to go paleo right now because, you've heard the hype and you've heard it's good for body fat loss. And it is, but it's not what you're used to doing. Therefore, it's going to be very difficult to do. You can absolutely transition to a paleo diet over time, but don't just go crack into it because it's going to be, really painful for you. Same as if, with anything else, if you just try and completely overhaul your life overnight, it's going to be very, very difficult. And I've done that and I've tried it, and it doesn't work that well. And you need to come and have a bit of a step back and take a bit of time to do it. So what you got to kind of do is that you got a bunch of self-limiting beliefs at the minute that's stopping you from losing some weight, and it could be that's painful. It could be that you've done it before and failed. It could be that you believe you have to cut out all your carbs. It could be that you believe you have to cut out all your alcohol. Whatever it is, it could be you believe you haven't got any time because you've got kids. And you need to sit down and logically think about this. Okay, you have the same amount of time as everybody else in the world. No, if you're time poor, it's just because you're not using your time in an efficient manner. And I can stand there and say that to you because I run a little business. I work shift work. I've got a family. I do all those things. I still train 4 or 5 times a week. I still get my food in check. And it wasn't something I did overnight. I practiced it, but you got to be able to do it. So what you need to do is come at it from a logical approach, and get a piece of paper, write on a heading my limiting beliefs, whatever it is you decide, and you're going to write down the first one, time. And when you come to the top, you got time. In the next column, you're going to say, so what? Well, how am I going to get over this time problem? And then you need to look at your diary, you need to look at the course of your week and go, where can I fit in a couple of hours of exercise a week? And then you sit down and you plan it, and you plan that out. If you're sitting watching my little YouTube video right now, which has been on for 10 minutes, that's 10 minutes of exercise you could have been doing right now, but you're not. You're sitting down watching YouTube, you're watching Facebook, you're watching Netflix. And I get the fact that people say to you, you say to people, it's a time for me to relax. Well, you gotta look at it from a different perspective. You are in a lot of pain right now because you're overweight, you don't like the way you feel, but you're still not doing the things that you need to do to lose that weight. You can sit down and watch Netflix after you've been to the gym if you want to. That could be your little treat. You can do all those things you want, but you fit them into your life and you make that fit. And you can do it. It's absolutely achievable. Now, before I go, I'm going to say, it's not this isn't trying to call you out and say that you're doing everything wrong. You probably just need a different approach to it. And all I'm going to ask you to do, okay, is don't think of that you just need to exercise and diet. Okay, that isn't going to cut it. Think of it from a different angle. Think of how it feels. Think of the pain you're in right now, and how amazing you will feel in 12 weeks time, 6 weeks time, a year's time. That, you know, you've lost your weight, you've got more energy, you can do all the things you want to do. People don't look at you funny. People don't make fun of you because you're fat. People don't, you know, judge you for eating junk food when you're overweight. They're the things that you need to focus on. And once you start focusing on those things, the scales become kind of irrelevant, and you sort of, you know, grow into your new lifestyle. And it is, you know, you got to look at your habits, because at the end of the day, you can blame your metabolism, you can blame the fact that you've got you know, slow metabolism, fast metabolism, whatever it is. But ultimately, your habits and the way you live in your life right now is stopping you from losing weight. And the reason why I know that is because I was that person. Okay, I'm not standing in front of you preaching. I've really been there and done it. And I know when I look back when I was overweight, it was my lifestyle that was dictating how I was. It was nothing to do with my slow metabolism. It was nothing to do with the time I had or didn't have. It was literally the choices I was making. And you in control of it as well. You can make your own choices right now. And you can start afresh, okay? And that's what it's all about. Start afresh, because if you don't make a change today, you know, tomorrow will not be any different. I always say that. So if you are watching this this video, okay, I'd really urge you to watch it again, watch it twice, watch it 3 times. Get a piece of paper, write down, draw a line down the middle of the paper, write down your self-limiting beliefs on one side, what it is that you think is holding you back, time, kids, money, whatever. And write on the other side solutions to those problems, and you're going to find, with a logical approach to it, you're going to find little snippets of ways of how to get past those things that are holding you back right now. And once you do that, then you just crack into it. Then you do that one thing, and that one thing, and that one thing, and like a domino effect. The first one goes, the second one goes, third one goes, and then you're on a bit of a roll, okay? And then once you're there, and it's awesome. And like for me, 7 years later, I'm still here. I'm still slimmer. I'm still 15, 20 kilos lighter than I was. And that's a brilliant thing. And I'll never ever go back that way. So like, as I said, I'm going to go. And as always, start fresh. If you don't make a change today, how will tomorrow be any different? Cheers.